As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind...
Okay, well, thank you for joining us today. Today's video is the $74 million transfer on December the 31st, 1984. I can explain how I got hold of these documents. I collaborated with people around the world, shared documents, and certain families shared documents back with me who have a court battle at the moment involving their families' trusts. To our astonishment, we found that the transfer came from behind my grandfather's house, and as you can see, it was from an accountant's firm, which I won't mention at the moment. It was governed by the UK law, so there's no question it was a UK settler. Here's an example of one of the other loan notes, adding up to $7 million odd dollars. The total amount adds up to $74 million. If you see on the next page now, the individuals that have been involved and using my family's trust service provider in one of the offshore islands are individuals like Jack DeVoe, who's Miami's biggest cocaine dealer in the 80s. You can look him up. Some of his associates you'll see, like Barry Seal shortly. Mr. Lawrence Freeman also worked for the individual or the trust service provider in the offshore island. As you can see, Barry Seal and other individuals have been working closely with Jack DeVoe, and Jack DeVoe was using a lawyer who worked at the trust service provider in one of the offshore islands, namely Mr. Lawrence Freeman, who is a convicted Miami lawyer for money laundering, for drug cartels. As you can see here on this page at the bottom, it talks about a group of Europeans wanting to invest in property in the USA in 1983. Now, Mr. DeVoe and Freeman are talking there. DeVoe being the big cocaine smuggler. Mr. Freeman works at the trust service providing industry, or the exact company where my family's trust was held. If you look over on the next page now, you'll see that my granddad actually changed the name of his company from Ashford Investments Co. to Alaska Leisure Limited before the date of the transfer of the $74 million behind my grandfather's house. On the next page, you'll see here I've managed to get hold of internal emails via my collaboration with the other families, or the family that has a problem at the moment. On the next page, you'll see, again, they're still having difficulty to trace the documents. And lots of other problems. And we go to the next page, you'll see here they're unable to trace certain deeds of appointment. They never find the original settler's signature in any of the documents. They actually appoint a settler, and again you can see here the original trustee should be holding the documents. No one can ever really find them. And then here's a very interesting page. Basically, you can see how they're talking about they need to use the same age of the paper and the same age of the ink to reproduce the loan notes. So what actually happens with the $74 million, they cancel the loan note. So the original UK settler never gets that money back, and I suggest that's my grandfather's money. And yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. You have my details. On the next video, I'll explain more about the mafia players who've blatantly been using my family's trust since 1978. I've literally today just received an email from the Masons, so perhaps I can disclose that shortly. Thank you.